Life is a bit of a trickster, isn't it? It never shows its cards, never tells you what's coming next. One moment you're standing tall, thinking you figured it all out, and the next, life pulls the rug from under your feet just to see how gracefully you fall. That's the thing about life. It cheats, it bends the rules, it throws surprises when you least expect them. But if life can cheat, then so can you, not by lying, not by taking shortcuts, but by refusing to let it win on its terms. You've got to cheat life with courage, with madness, with a grin that says, "Nice try, but I'm not giving up that easily." You see, the world will often tell you to play safe, follow the rules, take the well lit path. But what they don't tell you is that life doesn't reward safety, it rewards audacity. The ones who dare to cheat with life are the ones who find meaning in its chaos. When the world shuts a door, they don't wait for another one to open, they build a new one. When life says you can't, they whisper back, "Watch me." That's not arrogance, that's survival. Because life isn't meant to be endured, it's meant to be danced with, even if you sometimes miss a few steps. Cheating with life means learning how to smile when everything inside you is breaking. It means turning pain into poetry, failures into fuel, and heartbreak into humor. You don't let the world see your cracks. You decorate them. You use wit as your weapon, hope as your armor, and faith as your compass. People will call it pretending, but it's not. It's resilience wearing lipstick. It's grace under pressure. It's learning how to bend without breaking. Because if you wait for life to be fair before you start living, you'll be waiting forever. There's a secret to this game. Life is not against you, it's testing you. Every failure, every rejection, every heartbreak, it's an invitation to cheat back with creativity, to twist the rules a little and make the story your own. When the world tells you you're too late, arrive fashionably late. When it says you're not enough, become everything you were told you couldn't be. That's the cheat code. Not giving up your authenticity, but refusing to let the world define your limits. Life will keep throwing punches, but your job is to keep dancing through them, laughing between them, and dreaming beyond them. Because in the end, the real victory isn't in winning the game. It's in playing it your way, with all your heart, and still having the courage to smile when the credits roll. Life doesn't come with a manual. It comes with surprises, detours, and a whole lot of irony. You plan one thing and life does another. You set your heart on something and it slips away just when you thought it was yours. That's when you realize life doesn't play fair. It plays smart, it plays unpredictable, and sometimes it plays dirty. So if life can cheat, then so must you, not with lies or shortcuts, but with wit, hope, and a little bit of magic in your madness. You have to learn the art of outsmarting life, to smile when it expects you to crumble, to dream when it tries to make you realistic, to rise when it's written that you should fall. There are moments when everything feels like it's stacked against you. You see people who take the easy way and still seem to win. You try your best, yet life keeps testing your patience, your belief, your very core. That's when you have to cheat life with your heart, because no plan, no strategy, no rule book works as beautifully as raw human will. When life hits you with despair, cheat it with laughter. When it gives you loneliness, cheat it with self-love. When it wraps you in fear, cheat it with faith. You don't owe life your surrender, you owe it your spirit. That's your biggest weapon. Your ability to keep believing when reason tells you not to. The world respects success, but life respects persistence. It's not the people who have it easy that life remembers. It's the ones who refuse to stop dancing in the rain, even when the storm is wild. Cheating with life means you don't let the rules of fear or doubt control your rhythm. You invent new ones. You make your scars shine like medals. You find poetry in pain, lessons in loss, and laughter in chaos. You don't wait for the right moment, you create it. Because life won't always hand you what you want. Sometimes it hides it in places where only courage can reach. There's a certain charm in playing this game with a mischievous heart. You know, life will try to trick you, but you look it in the eye and say, "I know your game." You walk into uncertainty not with fear, but with flair. You keep your humor intact, your kindness alive, and your dreams unshaken. That's how you cheat life, not by escaping its trials, but by rewriting their meaning. You learn to turn rejection into redirection, pain into power, and endings into fresh beginnings. Life might win a few rounds, but as long as you stay unpredictable, as long as you dare to keep smiling in its face, you've already beaten it at its own game. Sometimes, the only way to win with life is to stop playing by its boring little rules. Life will try to put you in a box. It'll tell you to be practical, to tone down your dreams, to stop chasing the impossible. It'll whisper, don't take risks, stay safe. But what's the point of living if you spend all your time trying not to fall? The truth is, the people who make something beautiful out of this chaos are the ones who dare to cheat the rules. They don't let fear or doubt dictate the story. They understand that if you keep waiting for the perfect time, you'll be waiting your entire life. Sometimes you have to create your own timing. Sometimes you have to break a few boundaries to feel alive again. Breaking the rules doesn't mean disrespecting life. It means redefining what it means to live. It's about realizing that perfection is overrated and authenticity is underrated. It's about knowing that you can fail and still be proud, that you can lose everything and still not lose yourself. The world wants you to fit in, to follow its map. But what if your map is different? What if your road isn't straight, but filled with turns that lead to something extraordinary? Cheating life means choosing to believe in your own version of success, your own definition of happiness. Because sometimes being real in a world that wants you to pretend is the biggest act of rebellion. There will always be voices that try to control your choices. They'll say, don't dream too big or don't make mistakes. But mistakes are proof that you're trying. Falling is proof that you're alive. If you never bend a rule, if you never question the script, you'll end up living someone else's story instead of your own. Life rewards those who take chances, the ones who are brave enough to stand up and say, no, I'll do it my way. That's how you cheat fear, by walking straight into it. That's how you cheat doubt, by proving it wrong through action, not argument. The world may call it being reckless, but it's not. It's being passionate. It's having the courage to follow what sets your soul on fire, even when no one else understands it. Life doesn't always hand you what you deserve, it hands you what you demand from it. So you demand joy even when things are heavy. You demand laughter even when days are rough. You demand meaning even when the world feels empty. That's the secret. You don't cheat life by lying. You cheat it by loving too much, trying too hard, dreaming too big, and refusing to live small just because it's easier. Because if life was meant to be ordinary, it wouldn't have given you an imagination wild enough to challenge it. Every time life throws you into chaos, it's handing you a new script, one where you decide whether to crumble or to create. The real art of cheating life lies in how you respond when everything falls apart. It's not about pretending everything is fine, it's about taking your pain and reshaping it into something that fuels you instead of destroying you. Life doesn't owe you smooth roads or easy victories, and that's exactly what makes it worth living. The setbacks, the heartbreaks, the disappointments, they're not signs of failure, they're the raw materials of your evolution. You can let them define you or refine you. Cheating with life means you pick refinement every single time. When the world knocks you down, it's easy to believe that you've lost. But what if falling isn't losing? What if it's just the universe forcing you to change perspective? Every time you hit the ground, you discover something you couldn't see from the top, a strength you didn't know you had, a depth you didn't know existed. You start learning the small tricks that keep you going, humor in pain, gratitude in chaos, patience in waiting. That's how you cheat the darkness. You find light in places no one thinks to look. You realize that life's unfairness isn't personal, it's just part of the story that shapes your resilience. The people who seem unbreakable aren't lucky. They've just mastered the cheat code of transformation. They take what hurts them and turn it into what helps them. They use heartbreak to find empathy, rejection to find direction, failure to find wisdom. It's not that they don't feel the pain. They just don't let it dictate their ending. They let it season their spirit, not poison it. That's the difference between surviving and living. When life betrays you, you can either sit and curse it, or you can smile and rewrite the ending. That smile, that tiny, defiant smile, is the biggest way you cheat life because it shows that it didn't break you completely. Sometimes you'll meet people who seem untouched by struggle, who glide through life like it's made for them. Don't envy them. The ones who've tasted pain carry a kind of beauty that can't be faked, a quiet confidence that comes from knowing they've been through storms and still found their way back to sunlight. They're the ones who've learned that loss doesn't end you, it rebuilds you differently. So, when life tries to corner you, you don't fight it head on, you move smarter. You use every scar as a strategy, every lesson as leverage, every heartbreak as a hidden advantage. You become unpredictable to life itself, too strong to defeat, too resilient to break, too wild to be tamed. Because that's the real cheat, turning what was meant to end you into what sets you free.